I was going around YouTube a while back when I stumbled upon a bunch of relatively small channels. At first, I had a very low expectation when venturing through the videos that they have, since their content relies on other content, which sounds like the never-ending loophole that us creators have put ourselves into.
Hey, your content smells like semen. Let me ejaculate some of my opinion into your bumhole. Hey, your content smells like semen. Let me ejaculate some of my opinion into your bumhole. Hey, your content smells like semen. Let me ejaculate some of my opinion into your bumhole.
So anyway, as I watch the videos, I start to see how creative and reasonable their thoughts and criticisms are, and I think to myself, hey, I want to have the same type of referential content that both makes me funny and smart at the same time, without actually reading an encyclopedia. But then the problem struck me. I need to have a negative remark on a film, and it is either I add something new to an already existent film that anyone knows about, or I criticize a film that is still untouched by many. And since criticizing a bad film, I know, is like beating a dead bush at this point, I need to find a new film that still has a soul to keep going, so I can take it before anyone else can. That was when I coincidentally got the tickets to watch Kung Fu Yoga, a Chinese indie film that, guessing by the critics' non-existent reactions to it, still didn't make it to the US yet. So I thought of giving Kung Fu Yoga a try, and after watching the movie, not only was it the most likely contender to get criticized, but this movie was begging to screw him in the arse. Well, okay then, movie, you make a good video idea, and you get your wank. Here's my review on Kung Fu Yoga. So the plot of Kung Fu Yoga is that Professor Jack, played by Jackie Chan, teams up with a bunch of college students to find a lost treasure in Tibet, but they soon were interrupted by Randall, another that wants to get this treasure, and doesn't want to share it, because he is a direct descendant of the people who kept it and stuff. So they all go on this wild goose chase to find the treasure, blah blah blah. Now let's get into criticisms. The characters are as stereotypical as what you expect a Japanese schoolgirl would sound like. You get the wise old man that has a little bit of strength left in him, the trainee that is strong and smart but not as smart as the old guy. What else?
Oh, don't forget the woman that is weak without a person of the opposite gender.
Oh, we actually get two of these. And we get that random cunt that is a cunt because I don't really know. There was this one guy from the team that stole the treasure from them, and his motives? I didn't really know. For one, the movie showed that he had a deep relationship with Professor Jack, so saying that he betrayed them is kind of caught off guard to the audience. I also didn't like the overwhelming use of CG animals in this film, which I thought that I can ignore for the time being, but then the movie starts shoving it down your throat. Believe me, if you took away any animal in this film, the plot will stay unaffected, because it didn't need any in the first place. I thought I am watching a treasure hunt, not reliving a section of the book of the Genesis. The movie keeps showing these animals and it is just mindless filler to the actual plot. Why not fill those gaping 40 minutes of Animal Planet with actually building some characters, movie? But moving back to characters, I didn't quite get why the movie didn't go full in-depth with the villain to the story. Randall just popped into the first act with no explanation to who he is or in what, which is a bummer. He's actually an intimidating antagonist. Not that it is the best, but he was close to getting there, unlike a bland 5 over here. As I got closer to the ending, which I don't want to spoil too much, it starts to get a bit better, to say the least. You get what Jackie Chan was known for, which is his fight scenes. I was enjoying the sweet moment of good action when it was suddenly interrupted with a dance sequence. What? How can you make that up? And it wasn't slowly given to us. It just showed up. The fight ended, and the characters just dance. What? Now, I could say some naive joke about how dancing is the worst, but that's just too bland. Bad scriptwriter's block. So what does this leave Kung Fu Yoga? Well, it is no surprise, it is a bad movie. But to give it credit, the movie is like getting athlete's foot. You know, scratching it is bad for you, but when you do scratch it, you start to see the enjoyment of squirting that fungus juice out, and you show it to your friends, and they go,
Oh god, my non-existent eyes are burning.
Like, it's so bad, it's good. And given that Kung Fu Yoga is like a fungus that grows on your foot, I have to say that I enjoyed Kung Fu Yoga. Not because it was good, but because it seems like it is satirizing itself with its many change of pace and the bland characters that it portrays. And I also appreciate the irony of getting to watch a bad movie just when I wish I wanted a bad movie. Major cheers, universe. So that's my thoughts on... Wait, I forgot the greatest load of garbage. I'll give this movie a...
Dude, don't you understand? People are so negative nowadays. If you want to be smarter than everyone, you need to be ahead of their time. Give this movie a good review. Show them that we, as a human race, aren't as PC as we think we are.
But I am already done making the review. I'm just about to give it its final grade, man.
Oh, okay. Then just put a good grade next to it.
Okay, 10 out of 10.
Level 1. Rhythm. Level 1. Rhythm.